Kevin, welcome to Graham Modern Contemporary. It's really good to be hosting your first show after your almost exile in London for 10 years. Can you tell me a little bit about your the London story? When did it start? How did it come about? Because, perhaps let's go back a little further. Let's go back to you briefly told me about your history, that your parents wanted you to do something else at university, and there was this strong sort of push and pull for you to go into the field of art. So I think let's start there. How did you get into art? Where did you start? When did you realize that you could draw and paint?
I didn't do art at school, so the drawing was I think I did on my own. And my father was one of 10 kids, and his youngest sister married an Italian artist who has long since disappeared. And he gave me a set of oil paints, 6 tubes of oil paint at the age of about 12. And I, in fact, went to university.
So I see you've expanded on your palette, gone from 6 to 10.
Absolutely. But I went to university with those 12 tubes, virtually unused, because that's the material I had. But I'd gone off to university to study something completely different, absolutely disastrously. But just before Easter of my first year, which is 76, horrible year, I went to Michaelis, and Neville DeBow had just been appointed head of the school. And I said, I think I'd like to register for fine arts. The course that I'm in isn't great. And he said, well, okay, you'd have to present a portfolio. And this was a Friday. He said, can you give us a portfolio on Monday? And the staff would have a look at it. Quite a new young staff at Michaelis at that point, except for Stan Pinker, who'd been there for a while. And I didn't know what the word portfolio meant. Phoned someone from a ticky box and said, what's a portfolio? And she said, well, it's a body of work that you've had to have produced over time. So I went to the CNA and I bought one of those A3 sketch pads with the tracing paper in between. Went off to the National Gallery with 2 pencils and reproduced 12 paintings or 24 paintings that I sort of found inspiring. So the Douglas Portway, the obvious stuff at the National Gallery.
So who were the artists that
Judith Mason.
She's really good.
Douglas Portway, because
Douglas Portway's great.
A strange figurative thing which works so absolutely beautifully. Cecil, Stanley, unbeknownst to me, understanding that he was one who's going to look at the works on Monday. I can't remember who else, but that was and Irma Stern, of course. And on Monday morning, I handed in this sketch pad to Mrs. Grant, who was Neville DeBow's secretary, and she said, "Is that all?" And I said, "Yes, for the moment." And they called me the next day, and Neville, in his infinite wisdom or desperation on student numbers, I'll never know, agrees to me starting at Michaelis with no background at all. And my very first class, that the Monday that I started, was life drawing, which is completely the most terrifying part to start on.
Life drawing.
Life drawing.
Life drawing. Okay.
With those same models that were there, they'd been there for years, and I'm sure they're still there. And the same models, Rose, who appears in Stanley's paintings, a large statuesque woman who marched into the studio, glared at everyone, and took her clothes off, and that was it. And I was completely, utterly I had not the inkling to start.